Now, let's go straight to Zoe Manzi, hate and extremism analyst for the Institute for Strategic Dialogue. Good evening. Thanks for being with us. And I just wonder, first of all, to what extent this is all being driven, or much of the violence is being driven online?
I think there's a very clear pipeline from online hate and disinformation to offline violence and real-world harm, which is what we've seen here. This whole situation has arisen from viral mis and disinformation that has turbocharged mobilization to violence, organized by decentralized and disparate set of actors online with the intent of causing as much disruption and distress as possible to migrant and Muslim communities.
Right, and I mean, there seems to me there are two levels to this. There's the incitement and the inflaming of things, and then there is the organisation of events, the logistics to all this. That both seems to be happening, and happening, you know, in a sense, ahead of the police.
That's right. I think often legislation and law enforcement is not nimble enough to keep up with the rapidly online evolving ecosystem that we've seen happening over the last couple of days. And I would say that different platforms are functioning in different strategic ways. For example, groups are organizing in closed groups on Telegram. They're advertising these events on X. They're then being amplified and boosted by the platforms. For example, we saw the fake name of the attacker still topping the search functions on X 8 hours after the police had debunked that name and put forward the actual name of the perpetrator they'd taken into custody, which allowed continuing cynical exploitation of this Islamophobic trope that Muslims and migrants are more prone to violence and criminality. Then we have the live streaming on TikTok and YouTube, and it's just a perfect storm.
And just on this issue, there were some right-wing actors in all this who were taken off Twitter, as it was then, and have now been re-platformed, I suppose is the word, on X, which is Elon Musk's. He owns that now. And Elon Musk, I mean, hasn't really helped things by posting things like civil war is inevitable. I mean, what's going on with that re-platforming?
I think it's a very slippery slope. This is the most significant presence of far-right rioting and violence we've seen on the streets in a decade, as Gavin had said, and I would concur with that. I think in 2018, there were some far-right gatherings with a handful of protesters. Certain well-known far-right agitators on X with very, very large follower numbers have been amplifying and boosting these kind of anti-migrant and anti-Muslim narratives and fomenting and encouraging offline violence and harm that is completely unacceptable.
Okay, Zoe, appreciate you coming on the programme. Thank you very much indeed.
Bye.